Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and today I think I have come across what I believe to be the most evil YouTuber ever. Now ladies and gentlemen, I want to start off this video by also saying anytime we cover topics like this, please never ever ever go to a channel and comment on it, dislike it, like it, give them any form of interaction externally at all. Do not harass anybody, do not bother anybody. Now, throughout my entire time here on YouTube, I've come across and criticized YouTubers of making some serious no-nos on the platform. Whether it be faking debts, peddling gambling to children, or in certain cases, when I never made commentary videos like this, there were cases like Daddy05, where there was some serious, abuse going on behind the scenes and on camera. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is about a YouTube channel known as Ufsha's Tuition Vlogs. Now, the reason I know about this YouTube channel is being close to family back home in India or South Asia in general. A lot of my family members will oftentimes come across this kind of stuff floating around on Facebook and whatnot, or like just Indian, Facebook groups, if you will, right? That's a different side of the internet. And of course, some of my family members know what I do on this platform, and they were the ones that tipped me off about this specific channel. Now, this channel has 1.29k subscribers as of right now. Sorry, super positive correction over here. Last night before I went to bed, after I discovered this, I basically, tag team YouTube and sent them this entire channel because obviously this is quite floated under the radar of any form of moderation. YouTube looked at it, and roughly around 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time this morning, the entire channel was removed for violating community guidelines. God bless. But let's get back to what is the most evil YouTuber that I've seen. Sorry, post-correction, ex-YouTuber. And this channel is not exactly, old. It's a channel that was formed on 14th April of 2022. Now, of course, this channel is in India, and of course their description is, "Welcome to my channel, Ufsha's Tuition Vlogs." Now, because of the massive platform that YouTube is, it may appear that some content goes unchecked, like for instance, especially if it's from other countries, different languages that maybe the machine learning algorithm may not be so fluent in, or animal abuse content. Basically, any kind of abusive content or content that clearly violates the TOS sometimes happens to go unchecked, can oftentimes be the fact that maybe a human being hasn't come to look at it. Like I showed you just a bit earlier, YouTube actually did step in and take down this channel. But to understand in context's sake, let's go into what this channel is about. Ufsha's Tuition Vlogs. Now, because of the sensitive nature of these videos, I'm not exactly going to show you what happens. I'll show you a few stills with all of the children blurred out. But there are a lot of these kids, okay? These kids have come to this school, to learn mathematics, or really any form of schooling, if you will, right? Now, of course, inside this image, one thing that I'll unblur is the tool that's being used to hit the children, or get the children to hit each other with, it seems, in these videos. Now, based on the entire walls of this scenario, it really seems like this is a school in a village part of India. I don't know if these kids know that they're being recorded and put online on YouTube, nor do I know if the parents have any idea or have given even consent to actually uploading their children while they're being punished on the internet. So, to show you what the punishment looks like, okay, in this case, I'm going to show you some of the titles for this. Now, of course, I'm blurring out all the thumbnails because in her thumbnails, she not only has these kids visible, but she is oftentimes literally physically abusing them, whether she's like twisting their ears or doing something of that nature. These kids, some of them looked completely distressed. Now, to translate some of the titles over here, her most recent video is "Students Prank with Teacher, Back Canning Sit-Ups." Now, for those of you who don't know what canning is, no, it's not a preservation of food or anything. This is literally caning the children. Now, of course, for those of you who don't know, schools, sometimes in India, all right, some parts of the world, unfortunately, do still have corporal punishment, which is the beating of children, all right, like physically hitting children to teach them, not to make mistakes. Now, while this is an incredibly disgusting practice, no doubt, unfortunately, while in India, as far as I've been able to see, it has completely been outlawed nationally. However, because a lot of India, and especially in the rural sections, there isn't really a lot of enforcement, still to this day, this kind of a disgusting practice still occurs. Which is why earlier in the video, when we looked at the surrounding walls of this, tuition or school, if you will, it really didn't seem like a national funded state level school. It really did feel like something out of a village, unfortunately. Now, of course, when I was watching this video in particular, she stages a prank. that these kids do. The prank is something as simple as the kids all write a kick me sign, something really juvenile, and they tape it to the back of another kid, all on camera, while the kids are looking right into the teacher. And of course, the kids all start slapping, the other kid that they just put the entire kick me sign on. The kick me sign is basically mujhe thappad maro, okay, which is like, just slap me, if you will. The teacher gets visibly distressed, and basically, after, a few minutes, she starts lining these kids up and caning them, caning their backs. That's where it gets even more fucked up when we start looking into some of the comments for this kind of stuff. But that's just one video, because Afsha's been uploading for days. She is a daily uploader. She has found out how to make children's punishments the most monetizable thing that she absolutely could dream of. But if you thought that wasn't messed up, it gets even darker in this point. Now, of course, some of her most popular videos have reached 4,500 views. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but for a channel that has 1.2k subscribers, obviously these channels are getting recommended somewhere. People are finding out. Some of her titles are Viewer ki wish puri ki. So which is basically, you guys get to decide how to punish these children. So of course she mentions ear pulling, which is a real common one. Hand caning, which is basically the cane instead of the back hitting the hand. Murga banaya. Murga banaya is basically turning you into a chicken. It's a stress position where you squat down, alright? You put your hands through your legs, and you hold your ears, right? It's a stress position for some of these kids. Now when these kids enter these stress positions, sometimes another child will walk around, hold the cane in their hand and hit these kids. So it's really, really disgusting to see how this content not only exists, but she's uploading this for thousands of people to see. And not only is she uploading this, based on some of the videos, they've been getting ads all over. So when all my friends, like covering some serious dark rabbit holes, Wendigoon gets age restricted, gets hit with the yellow Dolan sign, brother, don't let it enrage you that this is clearly running with ads all around. Not only ads, but you can imagine that this is probably getting recommended, especially if the video is hitting 9,735 views, to a channel that only has 1,290 subscribers. Insanity. Now, of course, the comment section to a lot of these videos is where it gets really, really fucked. Because now the viewers are offering comments where they're basically giving requests like, hey, ma'am, aap slaps ki video mein banati slaps punishment ki banao phir request hai. People are requesting that these kids start getting slapped on camera. Like, literally, those are the requests that are made by some of these viewers. And these are legitimate requests, it seems, from these people. This is not like some crazy amounts of individuals who have come up with, like, some bot system. Like, for instance, one of them is, of course, Meri wish nahi ki puri. So this guy didn't get his wish, who wanted more slap punishments. In some cases, people super chat because their requests have been met. These kids have been punished the right way, it seems, to them, okay? So, thanks. $14 Canadian. Sickens me that it's even from my country. This one comment makes me freeze a little bit. From CC Gaming, by the way, please beat them with the iron scale. Iron scale basically being a metal ruler, a metal device, and make them murga for 20 minutes. Okay, so put them in that stress position for 20 minutes while you're hitting them with something that can do some serious harm. If they do something wrong, because I see all your videos and you beat them like this, then also they did some work. Okay, please, ma'am, this is request, and love your content and videos. What content are you loving? The punishing and exploitation of these children in front of an entire global audience? Is that what? You're a fucked up person. Make murga all girls together, please, please. Emoji. Reply me okay or not, please, please. Some real disgusting shit. Now, even if she's not, like, hitting the kids with serious, instruments that can cause them real bodily harm, not only has she exposed them to the world, but she's exposed them to some really sick creeps like this. Like, one of them is Choti Ladkiyan Khel Rahi Thi. So basically, this is a YouTube short she made where two girls are standing over there, all right? One of them puts their hand out, the other one takes the instrument, slaps her really hard, and, she kind of recoils. It's hard to tell if these kids are acting or they're actually in pain. To me, some of these kids are responding in some pain. They're actually recoiling back, all right? They're getting hit hard enough with whatever this instrument is that is actually causing them to at least feel some level of discomfort. So again, you look at the comments to this kid basically getting hit in their hand or on their body, and people are writing, amazing, wonderful punishment, please upload more videos. Again, even if she's not physically harming these children, I doubt the parents have any idea what's going on. And not only do they not have any idea what's going on, those parents got to realize there's some sick creeps who are basically running some weird internet red room, if you will, right here on YouTube, basically requesting punishments to children that can't be over the age of like 10. Now, of course, recently in her videos, because of some expose, because of this floating around in Indian, circles, concerned parents, concerned advocacy groups, she's turned comments off, it seems. At least to me that way. I'm not going to confirm that, that's just my speculation. Now, of course, because of this, she's had to basically explain why this couldn't be child abuse. She actually details that this instrument that she's using, and I'm being very careful to blur the faces of every children involved, because I'm not trying to showcase these kids. She might feel comfortable exploiting these children and showing their faces for the world to see and potentially punish, but I'm not going to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this little instrument is what's being used to harm the kids. Now listen closely to what she says. I'll translate it to the best of my ability.
देखिए, ये मैं काट के आपको दिखाती हूँ ये किस चीज़ से बनी हुई है लकड़ी। आप समझते हैं मैं बच्चों को ज़्यादा मार रही हूँ, लेकिन नहीं ये
Now, of course, what she said is, आप लोग सोच रहे हो बच्चों को ज़्यादा मार रही हो? And basically, you think that I'm actually really hurting these kids as much as you think? So, in this case, she cuts open that device, and it looks like it's styrofoam that's wrapped up in tape, and that's pretty much all it is. She uses a X-Acto knife to basically cut it in and shows it. The content that she's producing, the people that she's making this content for, are asking that she uses metal devices, things that can cause way more bodily harm than what you're looking at.
देखिए काय से बनी हुई है। ये बनी हुई है थर्माकोल से और ये इसके ऊपर लिपटा हुआ है टेप। ये आप खोल के देख सकते हैं। ये आप बताइए ये डंडी बच्चों के लग सकती है? एकदम फूल सी नाजुक सी डंडी है। मैं अपने बच्चों को कभी भी वुडन की लकड़ी की डंडी से कभी नहीं मारती।
So basically she said, hey, do you actually think this can cause harm? I wouldn't hit my kids with wooden instruments or anything that can cause serious harm, is what she is claiming. But one of the things that still hasn't been answered is how evil it is to not only amass these children together under the guise of her educating them and basically spending every day daily uploading the actual punishment, the exploitation of them, and to basically show them in front of an entire community of creeps that are effectively out there to punish these kids. She is running, in some ways, the jankiest child punishing red room that I've ever seen on YouTube. Complete with ads, recommendations, floating up in the algorithm, and shown all the way to the Indian people on the other side of the world. It's truly one of the most disgusting, evil things that I've ever seen out of it. And no matter what rationalization this person does, she is without a doubt one of the most evil YouTubers that I've ever witnessed. And I'm being real careful on not showing any of these children's, because you know what, to understand, we gotta look at YouTube's TOS real quick. Based on YouTube's community guidelines regarding child safety, YouTube does not allow content that endangers the emotional and physical well-being of minors. A minor is defined as someone under the legal age of majority. This is anywhere in the world. In India, the legal age is definitely 18 or above. Now, of course, I don't know how you could argue that these children aren't being emotionally distressed in some capacity, or there isn't some physical well-being that's not taken care of. If you're posting content, obviously you can't sexualize anyone, underage, harmful or dangerous acts involving minors. There's got to be a degree of harm that's absolutely being done here. Even if she's using taped up styrofoam, there's something going on here that could invoke emotional distress, especially when one of the kids is literally hitting the other kids in a row. That's all on her channel, still uploaded to this day. Now, of course, like I mentioned earlier, the good ending is this person has been completely deplatformed because, let's be real, their channel was a complete landmine for YouTube community guidelines. And of course, one thing that's really disgusting though is while this is one, zit marked off, evil really just doesn't stop at one point. There's so many types of channels like this that exist on multiple different social media platforms, whether it be TikTok, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, whether it be whatever. And it's really up to us to self-police and report this the best that we can. And not only just report this to the site owners themselves, but to any form of relevant authorities that can absolutely help. Ladies and gentlemen, this is probably one of the darkest rabbit holes that I've been down, and it's kind of the only saving grace here is that thankfully it's been shut down. Social media itself has always been a mistake. And the type of channels that I've witnessed that have sunk this low are a clear indication of it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ush's Tuition's vlog, one of the most evil channels that I've ever seen. And again, like I said in the beginning of the video, please don't harass any channel or go over there and brigade them. That's not okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar. I'm not even going to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Goodbye. Good night. Take care.